Good evening, Coach Watkins. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Excited to be here.
Hey, great win this past weekend over West LA, 42-20. I know we've talked in the past about one of the things that you've tried to change a little bit has been wanting the team to start strong. Obviously, it goes without saying, starting the game fast, starting the game strong, more often than not, pretty much sets the tone for, well, at least until halftime. You guys could not have scripted it any better. First possession, 8 play, 65-yard drive for a touchdown with Akintunde punching it in from 5 yards. And then 6 plays later, Eric Cant uh, having a pick six, making it 14-0. Was there something different that you told your athletes getting off that bus?
No, nothing. I've come off the bus, Bo. I've been stressing it since spring ball. I mean, since spring ball, I've been telling them that I've been racking my mind trying to figure out why we had those slow starts all last season.
Mm-hmm.
I've been reading, studying, talking to other coaches, trying to figure
Sure.
out ways to prevent that, and I just been harping on it since spring ball. And so we try to do something early in practice that kind of gets the blood flowing right away, right?
Yeah.
Whether it's a competition drill,
Mm-hmm.
whether it's a live period, whether it's a situational period, but something that gets our guys fired up, ready to go for practice right away. And so for me, it was a breath of fresh air to see them come out and execute our openers the way they did, and then turn around on the next possession and Eric Gant. What a way to start your
Sure.
college career, right? Freshman, first series, pick six. I mean, you can't write that any better, right? And so I was really excited to see our team come off, get off the bus. We handled the travel really well. We
Mm-hmm.
handled the heat really well. We were juiced and fired up at the opening kick, and to get that start, I couldn't have wished for anything better.
Yeah, you know what? I mean, I think it's a little longer than just this camp because I've been around you for close to 4 years now. And it's something that you always stress. I mean, at all levels, whether it's college ball, whether it's pros, you always hear the analyst and the coaches talk about this team's playing flat, right? This team comes out slow. You touched on it a little bit, right? You as the head coach, besides the firing them up. Why does that happen with the team? Why do players come out flat? And like you mentioned, is it a motivational talk before they come out? Why does that happen? And what else can you do to fire them up? Because as coaches, there's just so much you can do, right? It's really up to
Yeah,
the players when they get on. It's like what else can you do to get them going?
yeah. I'll be honest, Bo. I mean, I spent 11 weeks last year trying to figure it out. You know what I mean? I as a player, I remember not needing that motivation. Like
Uh-huh.
me personally, I'm not a big rah rah guy. I'm going
Mhm.
to get after it and give them some inspiration before the game, but I'm not going to be in the locker room giving my women for the Gipper speech either. I truly believe that we're fortunate and we're blessed to play the greatest sport on earth, and
Mhm.
so I tell our guys all the time, if you don't feel the energy, if you don't feel that intrinsic motivation, you might want to check your pulse, because there's no
Sure.
feeling like that last 10 minutes before kickoff. I mean, if you're not fired up and ready
Mhm.
to go, I, I can't relate to that. I mean, I'm not even playing on Saturday night, and I
Yeah.
know I'm itching for the coin toss. I'm
Yeah.
itching to get after it, and so some of the things that we try to do, though, in understanding that became an issue for us, is, like I said, we try to simulate a quick start. Instead
Mhm.
of going with a static stretch and then a special teams and then a walk through. It's like, no, let's get the ground running right now. Hey, it's 1:30 on the clock. You got two timeouts. Mesa has to score. Let's do a 2-minute drill right now. Ones
Mhm.
versus ones. Let's go. And try to
Mhm.
wake them up before we get going. Because sometimes, and depending on who you're playing, which we try our best to not worry about who we're playing. But for us, sometimes you're playing a team that may be better than you are, and if you start
Mhm.
off flat versus that team, you're going to look at the scoreboard and be down 28 points, and now
Sure.
you're out of it already, or at least you're chasing the points, right?
Sure.
And so, for us, I've been preaching it every day, every week. We have to start fast, guys. Throw the first punch.
Mhm.
Be fired up and ready to go when that opening kick is kicked, and just play with that energy and that effort for the next 60 minutes. And it gives that team the opportunity to set the energy, the atmosphere, or the tempo for that game. And
Sure.
so You don't want to be the team trying to match the other team's energy. I want the other team to match our energy,
Of course.
and so just working on that and simulating it and constantly preaching it obviously paid off for us on this Saturday.
As everyone knows, right? When you guys start off well, it gives you more options. It opens up your playbook, and everyone kind of takes a deep breath and plays what they're capable of. And that's what we're hoping, obviously moving forward. Hey, Anthony Gilpin, nominated him for Player of the Week this week for SCFA. One heck of a game. 7 catches, 131 yards, 2 touchdowns. I believe he was the top performer in the SCFA. Tell me a little bit about Anthony, who's a product Olympian high school. What does he bring to the table, play in and play out?
Yeah, Gilpin is just an amazing wide receiver for us. He's even a better person.
Mm-hmm.
Just unbelievable character, a great work ethic. He's going to be. I mean, he is the model Olympian. He exemplifies what we're trying to teach and preach within our program on a day-to-day basis. He's going to show up and lift every day. He's going to handle business in the classroom. He was a 4.0 student last fall. He's going to do the things that we're asking our student athletes to, work towards every single day. And so to see him have that type of performance week one, I was really happy for Gilpin. He missed a couple games last year because of contact tracing, but so he missed a couple games early. So to see him have this success and step up in a big way for us offensively early in the season was very exciting to see. I think he's worked hard. He's put the work in. He's made the investment necessary in the offseason to have that type of output. And so to see that hard work pay off for him was very exciting for me.
Hey, another person that had an amazing game. I guess some people it's a controlled, quote unquote, quiet game, if we call it that. 15 of 24 for 243 yards and 3 touchdowns. Your quarterback, QB1 Gunnar Gray. Last time we talked a little bit about his progression. How do you think he performed overall this weekend? What are some of the things that he can do a little better, and what did he do great?
Yeah, I thought Gunnar did an amazing job of managing the offense. We like I said earlier in a previous interview, we asked him to do a lot. We asked him to make checks, and both in the run game and in the pass game, and to kind of lead the offense, down the field. As a quarterback should, And so I thought he did a really good job Saturday afternoon managing our offense and getting us in and out of the right plays, getting us out of the wrong ones and into the right ones, and finding what the defense was giving us. Obviously he played how we expected him to. He played really well. He didn't turn the ball over. He took over the ball. He took some shots, played out into the boundary a couple times. And so, he did the things that, we asked him to do as far as moving the ball, and being consistent and taking care of the ball. And so as he continues to grow, and mature as a quarterback, I'm excited to see where he peaks this season, because he's been putting the work in, and so taking it to the next level schematically, spending more time with Coach Archie and myself, talking about the game plan and offering his suggestions, which obviously when you're that in tune mentally as to what's going, when you understand what we're doing enough to be able to offer suggestions, that means you're dialed in, you're locked in, and you have an idea of what we're talking about in the office when game planning, and to be able to provide your input kind of gives me a clue as to what you want me to call, and so it makes that coordinator quarterback, quarterback coach, quarterback relationship a lot easier when we're speaking the same language and we're seeing the same things, and so I'm excited to see where he ends up peaking at this year. It should be a really good year for Gunnar Gray.
Absolutely. Like I said, you can kind of see him progressing and maturing last season, and to see the numbers that he coming out of the gate right now, those are some impressive numbers. Hey, Coach, home opener this weekend, we got Ventura College, a very, very tough team. Obviously, on paper, we're all somewhat still on the same level. We do know what they like to do, right? They're a tough team, and another one of our Achilles heel with the San Diego Mesa football team has been stopping the run. This past weekend, 126 yards off the ground. Ventura College loves to run the ball. I believe this past week, how many? 42 rush attempts against Moore Park, right? A running back by committee. You guys have been doing your research on him these last couple of days. what do you know about them, and what do we need to do in order to be victorious this weekend? Again, if we look on paper, very similar to our numbers last week. They defeated Moore Park 49-0. What's the overall plan for the Saturday's home opener?
Yeah, I'll tell you, the overall plan is to start fast.
Yeah.
Last year we traveled up there to Ventura and we did not start fast. We were asleep for the first quarter and a half, it felt like, and then we decided we wanted to play. And at that point, the game had got away from us, And so we battled hard. We fought hard the second half, but I mean, it's imperative that we do start fast this week. And so Ventura is going to show up. They're going to be, well prepared. Coach Moose does a great job up there. They're going to be talented. They're going to be big and physical, and they're going to be ready to play, And I'll be honest with you, as Olympians, we wouldn't have it any other way. Like, we want to play the best teams in the state. There's a reason why we scrimmage RCC, every year. I mean, RCC played Ventura in the SCFA championship this year, and so that tune-up was really good prep for us in regards to what we're going to see this weekend. I can tell you right now, I got a bunch of guys over down there on Mount Olympus right now who are excited for this opportunity. Anytime you get a chance to go against the number 4 team in the state, it's an opportunity to change the dynamic of your entire program, change, the trajectory of how our program is viewed in the state. And so
Sure.
I'm excited for the opportunity. I when I took over here at Mesa, the plan for me was to get Mesa College and build the program to a point where we were going to be considered one of those top 6 programs. We haven't quite done that yet. You know what I mean? And so this is a great opportunity for us to put our name in that conversation, hopefully. And so the expectation for us is to show up Saturday and play hard, play with great energy and great effort, take care of the football, obviously, as we do every week. Don't beat ourselves, and then, be a playmaker, make a play when your number's called, And so if we stick together, we play football to the Olympian way, to our standard of performance. I'm excited to see how it goes Saturday. I'm expecting a great game. I can't wait.
One of the biggest things from what I remember from that game was just the start. I believe it was first quarter. They scored 21 unanswered points, and from there it was uphill the entire way through. We started kind of clawing back in the third and fourth quarter, but obviously when you're down 21-0, everything just kind of bottles up, and you're not able to do what you want to do. And as I mentioned, first thing with Ventura is we've got to be able to stop that potent rushing attack that they have. Last year's game, 204 yards off the ground, 40 attempts. I think if we're able to kind of bottle that in a little bit, I think we should be fine. But like you said, I mean, where you want to take this program to and where you've been leading it to is we want to play the best. And Ventura College is that team, which technically becomes a measuring stick for us to see where we're at. And when I saw the schedule, that was one of the first things that I said, well, this is great. We're starting off early with them so we can see what needs to be adjusted. And that's what I'm looking forward to this weekend.
Yeah, it's going to be a great opportunity for us. Like you said, they rushed the ball. I mean, they rushed the ball, they threw the ball, they did pretty much everything they wanted to do to us last year. So that's. I mean, I was getting my boys in practice today about that. Like, you guys have to understand that we have to make sure that we first plug the holes that we presented for them last year, but now we have to take it to the next level. We're older, we're more mature now, and so we need to go after and play the way we believe we can, and the way we probably think we should have last year, And so I'm excited to have a somewhat veteran team, a large group of returners coming back. I mean, last year was our first away game. It was a long trip. You can throw out a number of excuses. The bottom line is I didn't prepare our guys to play right away last year, and I can guarantee you this, Bo. I'm not going to make that mistake again, And so we're going to hopefully be ready to rock and roll from the opening kick and give them all they can handle. I told our guys in our team meeting on Monday morning, there's probably not many teams, there's probably not many people giving us a chance in this game, And I told them that's exactly how I like it.
Yep,
that's exactly how I like it, because nobody knows who we are, nobody knows how we operate, And so the opportunity for us to go out there and show everybody who we are, and play to our standard. I believe, like I tell you all the time, but I believe the score will take care of itself, and as long as we go out there and compete and play hard and execute and perform to our performance standards, let the chips fall where they may at that point. We're gonna show up and get after it.
Absolutely. Hey, Coach, I appreciate your time. I know you got some more film you got to study here. Any messages you want to give to our fans, our supporters here for this Saturday's game?
Yeah, definitely. We would love to have you out. Mount Olympus. It's a 4 p.m. start this week. It's a 4 p.m. start. Come out, pack the house, cheer on your Olympians, and let's get after Ventura when they get in town.